Well, the rain stopped far too soon, as far as I'm concerned. But now it's just kind of a light drizzle. And actually, this is pretty good weather because I'm having something of a homecoming today. Victor just pulled up in his truck, and I'm taking a risk, and it is a risk. And I am going into it, not naively, but knowing that I may have to protect some of these plants if we get a late freeze. And there is Victor right now. And what we took from the greenhouse, let's just walk over here and take a look, or what we retrieved from the greenhouse. Pretty much I wanted all of my geraniums, my olive trees, and my begonias, because the weather that we're having in the next week is going to be perfect for their development. So I will feed them, give them lots of TLC. Some of them I'll plant in the hanging baskets. And boy, a lot of them need to be cut back, don't they, Victor?
Yes.
And they'll need a good feed. Yes, lots of these geraniums. They have buds on them and they look healthy. I don't see signs of any pests, but definitely I want to cut them back. And then because I just couldn't resist when I was at TLC, day before yesterday, I had to get some more of these gorgeous. That's one of my favorite reds. It's the classic geranium red, I think. So all of these things will really need, they've gotten very, very leggy. They went into the greenhouse in not great shape, from late summer. And like I say, they're healthy now, but they definitely need cutting back and a good feed. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to go ahead and bring them, because I want them to get re-established here outside in the garden and really start to develop some bushiness, fullness, and just be more beautiful in general. So I'll have my work cut out for me, but it will be pleasant work indeed. And by the way, these cool and cloudy temperatures are perfect for this homecoming. Yeah, boy, these red blooms are beautiful. So these, gosh, in short order, these are going to be lovely. And what will I feed them with? Well, this is just, I just use Miracle-Gro. It's just like a shot of crack cocaine for these plants. They're in containers, and so that works for me. Oh, that one really looks nice. All these reds against these gray skies. That one may be a goner.
Yes.
It might be a goner. Well, there's a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of green. I'll take a look at it. Victor is so helpful. He saves my back, saves me lots of time, and he's got a track. I'm getting ready to give this Everillo Carex a really hard prune. I'm going to cut it back really, really hard. Last year I didn't do that, but this year I wanted to put out all beautiful, fresh, new growth. So I'm going to cut it back to about 2 to 3 inches, which will give me just little stubs. But then when it starts putting out new growth, it will be fresh, it will be unblemished, no browning on the tips, and it will also be a little shorter and stubbier. So I think it'll be more beautiful and will capture the light in a lovely way and capture delicate breezes. Ooh, I've got itchy fingers to get busy on all these plants. I may have to light a little fire out here when it stops drizzling because it's chilly enough to do that. And breezy. Chilly and breezy. And if I want some of these begonias, these angel wing and dragon wing begonias, to fill those hanging baskets, well, they need a really good feed and a head start. Another one of my motivations for going ahead and bringing them home, perhaps prematurely, but is that I'm so tempted to go out and, spend money on things like this planter to fill it up. And if I've already got some things that I can put in there, well, why waste the money? Why spend more when I don't have to? And so, like I say, I may have to protect some of these, but right now I'm looking at our 10-day forecast, and there's not a freeze in sight, and we've got a couple of 80-degree days on the horizon. So this stuff should really take off. Watch your back, Victor.
Yes, it's heavy.
Yeah, that one is. I remember. That one is heavy. And as a reminder, let's take a quick look at my hanging baskets. And just imagine what they'll look like spilling over. I'll probably also put some kind of edible in there to make them edible and ornamental both. I'm not sure what, probably, some kind of herb. And let's take a look while we're over here. These tulips in the back were slow to get started, but they are really coming out now. And even though I would prefer a little bit heavier rain, this is great rain to work in, or great drizzle to work in, and boy, the plants love this humidity, and they will really respond very, very quickly in these growing conditions. Ooh, there's my bay tree. It's getting big. And oh boy, look at all of the new growth. Ooh, and some scale, so I may have to treat it, so I think I'll move it to another part of the garden. Separate it, put it in quarantine from the other plants. And I'll treat it with neem oil and some insecticidal soap. Oh boy, you think this scented geranium needs a little bit of pruning? Sometimes gardening is just infused with a certain kind of aggression, and pruning is one of those activities in the garden that can be, we can get out our aggressive tendencies. Boy, it's very healthy though. Some of that brown foliage was being covered up, no doubt, by another plant. It's a pretty crowded greenhouse, but I'm not going to look at gift horse in the mouth, so I will really do some pruning on this, and this will make a fabulous specimen, a fabulous focal point somewhere. Oh, and let's look over here. This pot of tulips has been really tardy. But finally, they are starting to show their presence. And so much new growth on all the boxwoods. We really need to get going feeding them. Oh, one of my favorite days of the year, when my plants come home. Look at that beautiful red bud. Boy, that red bud is, probably because it's more mature, it's been there for years, but it is flowering far earlier than mine in the front yard. So I have that to look forward to. That color clashes a little bit with my reds back here. And by the way, I have decided to maintain this kind of red-orange color scheme. Some other colors might infiltrate their way, but for right now, ooh, there's one of my Big olive trees. Boy, it's grown a lot.
Yes.
Wow. Oh my goodness, of all the things I'm excited about, the size of this olive tree. Oh my goodness, be still my heart. This is gonna be fabulous. Finally, I've had these trees for years and they're finally starting to look like not just potted plants, but legit trees. Oh boy, am I really getting excited now. And we're gonna put those olive trees back where they were, but, and even though it's too big for this spot right here, my goodness, do I like it there. So I may rethink and relocate them after I see what they look like back there, because, oh, I just am squealing with excitement. You guys are probably making fun of me out there, but boy, this year is really going to be spectacular. Stuff is finally growing enough that my vision is about to be realized. It's been close, but no cigar. And these conditions, as I said, are just perfect. Well, let's just close it here because I can tell I'm getting ahead of myself. There are a number of things that I want to move, but I'm going to need some help in finally positioning them where I want them to be. And by the way, those locations have yet to be determined. Victor went on his way, so I'm going to have fun just cutting these things back, thinking about where I want them to go, and in short order, stuff will be staged. And my fingers will be crossed that we don't get another hard freeze. A light freeze wouldn't hurt my feelings as long as the temperatures just don't fall through the floor. Well, there's my garden diary for today.